Hello and welcome into this week's edition of Your Next Favorite Driver right here on Racing News Now. As always, I'm your host, Garth Allen. Thank you once again for joining me tonight. If this is your first time catching a Racing News Now video, welcome. This is a channel where we discuss lots of motorsports, namely NASCAR, ARCA, IndyCar, and Formula One. We do plan to broaden that scope eventually, but for now, that's what we cover. So on tonight's episode of Your Next Favorite Driver, we're going to highlight young, up-and-coming, future superstar in the world of stock car racing, that being 15-year-old Chandler Smith. Chandler currently runs part-time in the ARCA Racing Series for Venturini Motorsports, as well as running his super late model as well, mainly down in the southern states. Chandler has put up some very impressive numbers here to start off the season in the ARCA Racing Series. 3 starts so far this season, that being Nashville, Salem, and Toledo. He's won the pole in all 3 of those races. He's the first driver in the history of the ARCA Racing Series to win the pole in his first 3 series starts. So he's already made history in the series. Very fast. Arguably should have 2 wins already. Does not have a win yet, but did have the fastest car in both Salem and Toledo. But due to circumstances, unfortunately, was not able to pick up the victory in either one of those races. Does have 2 top 5s to his credit, though. A 5th in Nashville and a 4th at Toledo. So, we'll go ahead and get right into our chat with Chandler and introduce you to Chandler Smith. Alright, so we're down here with Chandler Smith here on Your Next Favorite Driver. Chandler, how are you today?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Oh, I'm fantastic. So Chandler, in this show, we introduce you to new fans that may not know you yet. So let's start off with your background. Chandler, what got you started in racing? Everybody's got that story. How did you get started?
I just started off just watching NASCAR basically every Sunday when I was younger. So that's my little story about that. I was watching ever since I was 2 years old, and around 4 years old I decided to call Dad after a race and asked him, I was like, hey, can we start racing? And soon enough he said yeah, so that's a little story behind how I got started racing.
Okay. Who was your favorite driver?
Jimmy Johnson.
Okay, there you go. So, what would you consider your biggest accomplishments up to this point?
We did really good so far. Our first 3 ARCA races, I'd say that's pretty big of what we've done so far. So, I would definitely say my ARCA career so far has been really big. But we've also won 10 national championships up to this as well. So that's a big accomplishment as well.
Right. So, how did you get hooked up with such a historic team like Venturini Motorsports? Really, probably the biggest team in ARCA racing. How did you get hooked up with a team like this?
Toyota kind of helped us out with this deal a little bit, but I'm just thankful to be here. Honestly, here with Venturini Motorsports, I'm very thankful and humble that I'm here. I'm thankful for the opportunity these guys have given me. I'm thankful for Toyota of all the opportunities they're giving me as well.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the future now. 10 years from now, you're 15 now. When you're 25, where do you want to be? What are your goals in racing?
Hopefully we're racing the Cup Series by then, but if not, I would like to be racing something at least.
Okay. Now, looking forward through the rest of this season, what are the rest of your races here with Venturini Motorsports, and are there any other races you'll be at that maybe folks can see you at?
I think our next few races is, I know we have Salem, Madison, Elko, Berlin, and I think that may be all. I'm not quite sure, but I think it's something like that.
Okay. And any other races, like maybe super late model races that you'll be doing?
We'll be racing all super late models everywhere, mainly Southern Super Series. We'll race the All-American 400, Winchester 400, Snowball Derby. We'll be at all those races.
Okay. Now, lastly, before we let you go here, where can folks find you, whether that be social media, website, whatever that might be?
You can follow me at Twitter at csmithracing26, Instagram csmithracing26, and also a fan out of Nashville started a fan page of me on Facebook. It's called Chandler Smith Racing Fans. It's got 14,000 members, and I try to stay up to date in there and kind of interact with fans and stuff in there, so I definitely am up to date on there as well.
That's when you know you've made it, when you got your own fan page. All right, so Chandler, thanks for joining me today. It's been a pleasure. And we want to thank Chandler one more time for chatting with us here tonight. It was a pleasure talking to him. He is a great guy to talk to, and he is a very fast driver as well. I'm sure we'll see a lot more out of him in the coming years. June 15th at Madison will be his next start in the ARCA car. So here in a couple of weeks, we will be at that race in Madison, so I'm sure we will hear from him as well. And I have no reason to believe that he won't be just as fast in Madison as he has been in his first 3 starts of the season. So I think that will do it for us tonight on Your Next Favorite Driver. If you haven't done it already, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications so you don't miss a thing from Racing News Now. And hit that big thumbs up button if you liked the video. It is much appreciated when you do. So with that, this has been Your Next Favorite Driver, introducing tomorrow's superstars to you today. I'm Garth Allen for Racing News Now.